All right.
And you are good on YouTube.
All right. Hello, folks. Thad Reed. Hope everybody's doing well. Just working through a quick issue here really quickly. Bear with me just one moment, please. This is why it's important, folks, to have an excellent support staff. Thank you, everybody, for your hard work. A lot of technical issues here today. If you could hear me, let me know. I haven't turned my camera on yet. We're just working on a sound check. Everything should be good in YouTube. Let me know in the channel if everything sounds great in YouTube. Okay. And everything should be good here. Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Excellent. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm going to try something here really quickly. I may regret this. Give me just 1 minute. All right. Thank you. Well, Happy New Year. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you, Micah, for letting me know. Bill, thank you for letting me know. Warren, glad you're here. Jeff, glad you're here. Kurt, glad you're here. Cheryl Lynn is in the house on YouTube. A lot of technical issues for me today, so starting a little late, I appreciate that. This is Thad Reed. This is the Power Hour. And good news for me, it's Friday. Hopefully that's good news for you. Okay. Here at VectorVest, we're looking at, thank you, Sherilyn. Hey, Charlie, how you doing, bud? Glad you're here. Ted's, well, I'll try to work on that sound deal here, but we've had so many technical issues. I'm just frankly glad that we're up and running, and sorry about the delay here, okay? We're going to get started here on the homepage. The homepage should be reading like the front page of a newspaper. In the upper left-hand corner is the quick list. We're looking at the Dow Jones. The Dow is up 60. Another great day in the market. The NASDAQ is up 50. The S&P is up 14. VectorVest at a glance. This is an important box for me. I love to see 2,449 new buys today. The sells, 1,774. Okay. And the number holds 5,526. Folks, there's your Midas Touch stocks right there. I'm not going to do much, Joey. So, we got some folks working for me. I got Clay here. Everybody's working hard. Joey is still fixing some stuff in YouTube, so bear with him, and Clay as well. So these guys are all doing great, and Tom here at VectorVest did a great job as well. Literally had to put in a whole new computer before the presentation. And let me tell you, man, that's exciting. Okay, that's exciting. All right. So the Midas Touch stocks, surprisingly, only 2 of the 5 are up. Okay. The price column is a solid green and yellow coloration. Not what we'd call at VectorVest a Christmas tree color guard. Currently, we are 1 tick in the green. However, today we have flirted with 2, possibly even 3 greens, which is excellent on a Friday. How you doing, Scott? Glad you're here. All right. So, we're looking at a green in the price column. The RT is at 1.01. We need that to get to 1.02. The buy to sell ratio is a nice number at 1.44. It's currently lower day over day. And the good news is 5 days ago, because obviously that's an important indication there for me. The MTI indicator, otherwise known as the underlying trend of the market. Folks, the underlying trend of the market is above 1. It is 1.36. Thereby, our trend is an up situation. We are in a confirmed up for our most conservative investors. By the way, working with a new microphone. I am. So thank you for the feedback about the microphone. We had some issues with the old one. This is the new one. Okay. All right. So that's the Color Guide report. One of the great things here about the homepage is we do give you the top RT industries and sectors. In other previous sessions, I'm going to take my mouse and we're going to go over to my main screen. I am going to right-click. Right-clicking is a very important function here at VectorVest. I'm going to right-click, look at newspapers. Can you believe newspapers? Who reads a newspaper in the room? Who reads a newspaper? If you read a newspaper, type in VV Nation. I want to know how many people still read a newspaper. Frankly, you shouldn't have to with the homepage here. All right, save yourself some money. Digitally. Thank you. The New York Times, VectorVest Nation. New York Times, yeah, e-newspaper. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but at www.vectorvest.com, we have some excellent writers here that write absolutely fantastic articles. I don't have time to show you that here today, but if you want to see some awesome articles written by really good writers, go to www.vectorvest.com. You can't miss it. If you can't find it, call customer service and ask. Call me, man. I'll tell you where it's at. All right, so here's the thing. I'm glad you all are informed investors. VV Nation, thank you, Peter. Peter, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. By the way, if you're in the YouTube channel, please click the like button. Sherilyn likes it when you highlight the like button by left clicking on it. That's very important to us here at VectorVest. All right. Okay. So we're going to view stocks in the industry group here really quickly. This is subsequently going to rank the top RT industries, and then we're going to look at stocks within this group, and here's the newspapers leading the way, okay? Is that a good list? Yeah. Let me drag it over to the main screen here. There we go. There we go. Everybody should see that now. Sorry about that, folks. Things are a little bit navigationally challenging here for me, so appreciate you bearing with me. All right. So there they are. Now here, subsequently, you could right-click and analyze any one of these. Full stock analysis report. We'll cover that shortly. And of course, here's a graph. Stock news. Very important to look at stock news. Here's your free newspaper at VectorVest. Okay. By the way, the news vendor we use here also will give you current options information that can be very valuable as well. Okay. All right. So there is a full stock analysis report. I think I might do this right now. Just because I'm here on a full stock analysis report. This is extremely important if you're an ETF investor to understand the risk of your investment. Okay. You have to read the business description. Okay. Are you leveraged or are you not leveraged? But for right now, we're going to look at this newspaper. By the way, how many people are surprised? How many people are surprised by that industry graph in newspapers? Anybody? Wow. Well, I can tell you this. I want the industry graph and the stock graph to be both upward trending. Okay. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, I'm very surprised that newspaper stocks may be an interesting investment. Okay. Certainly not one that I'm analyzing on a regular basis. Okay. All right. So there is your stock graph. Here's a summary, your recommendation. Here's value. Okay. We're going to talk about this when we create today's list of stocks, but this is where we find value. That's what VectorVest believes the stock is worth. Here's relative safety. Okay, guys, we're going to do things a little bit differently today. All right. A little bit of out of order just to keep things a little bit spicy. All right. Relative safety in the room. If that's important to you, type in VV Nation. This is the most important indicator to me on Wall Street, and that is consistency. Consistency and predictability of financial performance. Okay? If earnings are rising, invariably stock's price will rise as well. Okay, here's RT, our technical indicator. Excellent number, by the way, 1.98. Oh, hey, that reminds me. 1.89, great number. Okay? This is color coordinated. So usually I kind of run through these really quickly looking for red. Ooh, look at this. Is that a concern to me? Yeah, I love the comfort index. Okay. I love a stock that resists severe and or lengthy price declines. Okay. I don't want yo-yos. So the CI number's got to be above 1. Okay, folks. GRT. VectorVest is rocket science. It is complicated mathematical formulas created by a doctor in engineering and mathematics, Dr. Bart DeLito. Okay? The brilliance of these indicators is he put them on a scale of 0 to 2. Above 1 is favorable. Okay? GRT and a lot of the VectorVest indicators are forecasting, and GRT specifically reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings expressed as a percent per year. Okay, so here it is. This is the very important report. Sales growth. Wow. Who knew a newspaper? 43%. All right. I'm going to ask a question to the room. Here it is. Ready? How many people in the room delivered the newspapers when they were young? Anybody? I did. I was a newspaper. My first job was delivering newspapers. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Yeah. All right, so let's get out of this report really quickly. Again, it's color coordinated. I highly recommend these reports. If you're not familiar with the terms and definitions of VectorVest, please print one of these reports out or print them all out on the stocks you're interested in buying. Mark them up, color them. They are color coordinated, as is the rest of the VectorVest software. I'm going to left click up here. I'm going to minimize that report. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to get out of this as well. And there's your homepage. I'm going to do one more thing on the homepage before we start analyzing stocks. Okay? And I'm going to click on these three dots to the left side of my mouse. I'm going to slide this all the way over. All right. Folks, our Tampa event is our marquee event for the year. We got some great deals. Okay? If you want to watch it from home, it is free. The online event, it's right there. I allegedly may be moderating the chat room, just like I did last time in Vegas. Allegedly, we'll see. All right. So if you want to attend physically in Tampa, it's at the Marriott Airport Hotel. Literally, you don't leave the hotel. $95 a ticket. That's the best ticket in town. I got people inviting their kids so they can start learning how to invest. Okay? That's important to me. You know what else is important to me? Okay, this is free content on YouTube. We're giving this stuff away for free. Invite your family, invite your friends. If you know people interested in the stock market, okay, send them this link. Okay? We can help them win the game of investing. All right. So there it is. These, by the way, the calendar of events, very important. We do a lot of stuff here at VectorVest. Hey, Ryan. Ryan's in the house. Excellent. Thanks for being here, Ryan. So here it is, folks. Register for these courses. This is a new event coming up. They're going to really look at, I just had a meeting with Ray, how to generate 3% in a month, options paycheck there. They're going to spend a lot of time on the SPX trade moving forward. That's a whole new format. If you're interested, call product support. We'll help you in any way we can. All right. Now, I didn't have a chance to do this. So for the people new in the room, I'm going to go to the viewers tab. Okay, this is what I do every week. So you're going to get kind of an idea of what I do. All right. We're going to go to the watch list viewer. Okay, I'm going to go to the power hour. These are called folders. I'm going to left click on the power hour. Once you highlight this, okay, you're going to right click, hit a new watch list. This is going to be our new watch list. The first one of the year here, power hour. Hopefully I typed okay. You know how I am at typing, folks. Desiree. The kids, I was hoping for a new keyboard, and I'm going to buy me a keyboard. So I'm using this old dilapidated small keyboard. All right. And I put the date in on here. I think it's important to put the date on watch list just so you know when you created it, and subsequently it makes it easier to delete old watch list. All right. Now, once you do this, you hit add. Then I'm going to kind of bear with me here for a minute. If I could figure out, there we go. All right, so there it is. Sorry about that. It was on a different screen. Again, you right click, new watch list, you put a title in there, and you put the date in there, and then you hit add. And there we go. Okay. Now, we're going to start adding stocks right now to analyze today. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. I do need a new keyboard. If you're from VectorVest and you're listening to this presentation, Thad needs a extra large keyboard. It's tough getting old, man. Can't see squat. Can't hear. I'm deaf, you know. So with that said, let's start seeing some stock symbols here. Now, normally I would have some stocks in here, but I have not done that. I'm sure Ryan will be good for some stocks, so please start entering the stocks in YouTube as well. Yeah. Thank you, Cheryl, and I appreciate the feedback. I'm going to put in a stock here today, which Well, hopefully it's not controversial. SOXL. I'm making a lot of money there. Okay. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. Here we go. I'm going to start hitting the YouTube, start typing some of these in. AMD, excellent. Wow, you guys are banging these out. Can barely get them in. All right. All right, give me a sec. Give me a sec. A little bit of technical difficulties here as usual today. All right, give me a minute here. All right, here we go. All right, so I got some right there. All right, let me add a couple more in here. When we get all these computer problems fixed by next Friday, I am going for Ryan's personal Power Hour stock graph analysis record. You hear that, Ryan? I'm coming for you, baby. Ryan, what's the number? If you're still in the room, what's your number? I'm kidding. I can't touch Ryan. All right. Let's do some more from the community room. 52. Come on, Ryan. All right, I'm going to leave it right there for right now, just as a starter. We could always revisit this. Thank you, Charles. Let me type in this last one. I kind of went down this rabbit hole a little bit, but let's touch on it really quickly. Folks, if you don't know the stock symbol, just type in the stock name or type in A, and VectorVest will give you this beautiful menu. It'll help you find the stocks. I went through sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just go through and see what cool stocks start in the alphabet with A and move down the alphabet. I don't know why, but I just think that's great stuff. Okay. All right. So that's just a thing that we're going to do here. Now, just as a reminder, there may be some people in the room that don't have real-time data. Right here is January 16th of 2026. These stocks are being analyzed through to 19 p.m. Why does that matter? Because the percent PRC is a one-day price change from last night's 4 o'clock close to that exact minute. Okay. The first stock we're going to look at is Tesla. And my theory is never bet against Elon. Okay. Don't ever bet against Elon. I love Elon. Okay. The symbol TSLA. Okay. The percent PRC is up 0.25%. So it's not really changed much. The price is 439.62. Boy, a lot of trading going on there. Folks, the color changes are real life trades in real time. A red is obviously selling, a green is a buy, just so you know what that is. The value, wow, VectorVest values Tesla at $38.49. Okay, value speaks to risk. Okay, so this stock is significantly overvalued. RV is upside potential. Upside potential is 0.04. I love upside potential. As a coach, I want your upside potential to be, 1.5 would be a great number, especially if your RS is below 1. And the reason why is that's a aggressive investment methodology where you're buying a newer, unproven company whose RS isn't quite there yet. And that's okay. But again, at VectorVest, we're always going to advocate, regardless of your methodology, prudent, conservative, aggressive, speculative, know when to sell. Okay? Know when to sell the day you buy a stock. That should not be startling if you know me and you listen to this room. Okay? All right. So, RS 1.38, surprisingly a great number. I've driven a Tesla car, by the way. I absolutely loved it. Surprisingly, I loved it. RT is our technical indicator. It's our first technical indicator. It's at 0.93. If it's below 1, it's downward trending. All these indicators are based upon, again, complicated mathematical equations broken down into a 0 to 2 scale. Above 1 is favorable. Okay, that's the brilliance of Dr. DeLito and VectorVest. These are complicated mathematical equations. Okay? All right. So our master indicator. Why is the master indicator so important at VectorVest? Anyone want to care to share in the room? Why is VST the most powerful indicator on Wall Street? Stunningly on Wall Street, I can't think of another company that has a fundamental and technical indicator mathematically combined into one unit known as VST. When you look at VST, what you're invariably seeing are stocks with what? The best technicals and fundamentals. Okay? VST. All right? Now, CI, 0.95 is a little low. Remember, that's the price ability to resist severe and or lengthy price declines. Now, there's a slider bar here. I'm going to slide over to the right. And there's your GRT. -6. Good grief. Elon, get to work, my friend. All right. The stop price. If the price goes below the stop price, it will automatically be rated a sell, like down here. Okay? All right. So the GRT forecasted earnings expressed as a percent 1 to 3 years out, -6. Okay, Elon's got some work to do. All right, so that's Tesla. Okay. Now, listen, I am, unfortunately for me, Jerry is correct. Thank you for sharing in the room. Folks, listen, I love a vibrant community room. If you know the people that know me, I'm in all these rooms all the time, and share information, help each other out. You're part of a family here. We're all working for the same goal here, and that is to be successful and make money in Wall Street. Okay, and Jerry just said VST is the root of RV, RS, and RT. Okay. And that is correct. If you look at RV, RS, and RT, they're not equally weighted. However, a lot of people don't know that. The mathematical equation of VST, RV, RS, and RT, the technical indicator is weighted mathematically more than RV and RS. Okay? You don't need to know the math. You just need to know it's above 1 and rising. Okay? In fact, we don't share the math, truth be said. It's proprietary information, just so you know. All right? So, with that said, thank you for sharing, Jerry, in the room. I really appreciate that. Okay. So, I'm a sucker for semiconductors, and here we go. TSM is at 0.39. Price 343 even. Value is 343.49. So, this is equally valued. RV is 1.46. RS 1.47. A monster number there. Okay. RT 1.41. Awesome. Okay. VST 1.45. CI 1.5. GRT 24. Okay. The stock is currently rated a buy. Okay. Now, just for fun, I'm not going to analyze all these. I just want you all to get an idea. By the way, who put in RIOT in the room? Who put in RIOT? I have to disclose I own RIOT. All right. I regret buying RIOT. It's not the space that I love to be in, but I did buy RIOT. Okay. RIOT is having a great day, thank God. 12.31%. Price is 18,6099. Value 1818. It's overvalued. RV 0.52. I would like to see that a lot higher than that, frankly. I really, really would. And RS is 0.86, and that's what you would expect in this space. Okay? And then RT is 1.22, which means it's strongly upward trending. However, VST is currently below 1, therefore the stock is rated a hold. Okay, the stock is currently rated a hold. And we're going to look at that on a graph. Okay? Now, this is called forced ranking. Dr. DeLito loved forced ranking. My last presentation of last year, I said I can analyze 50,000 stocks an hour, and I did it through forced ranking by left-clicking on value, by left-clicking on RV. Okay, if you're swing trading, left-clicking on RV is a great idea. Okay, I'm a prudent investor. I want RV above 1, RS above 1. If I left-click on RS, the stocks that have the best attributes of RS appear at the top of the page. Okay, our default indicator, of course, is VST. But very interesting. If you left-click on RT, here's your strong stocks. Now, normally we talk about, I put this in here because I always want to have an example of an ETF. Okay, this is a triple leveraged, aka SOXL. That's 3 times. All right. There are going to be no fundamental indicators on an ETF. Only technical indicators, RT and CI. Okay. This is the one that's giving you the most upside potential, and I own that too. I got to disclose I own that too. All right. So I own that. All right. Just a real quick, folks, I'm going to point something out from a navigational perspective. There's a slider bar over here that allows you to go up and down the screen. All right. I am going to click graph all, and we are going to graph these stocks, and we're going to start hitting it hard here. Okay. Now, give me a minute here. I don't know how the, give me just one sec here. There we go. If I get this thing working here, that'd be great. All right, here we go. All right. So here's the first stock we're going to look at. Now, of course, I changed the sort to RT from VST, so we're going to look at the ones that have the best upward trend right now. Okay. All right. So, folks, we're looking at the VectorVest simple graph. Okay. I love the buy, hold, sell recommendation bar. All right. Sell, hold to a buy is ideally what I'm looking for. When I look at a stock in a period of time, what I'm looking to see is really, in an ideal world, I really don't want to see any sell up there at all. Okay. If it's a sell, I want to see it's brief in duration. I want it to go to a hold very quickly and then a buy. Okay. And this really has been a spectacular setup just in the buy, hold, sell recommendation bar. Why does the buy, hold, sell recommendation bar matter? There are 4 components mathematically that make a stock a buy rating in VectorVest. We're the only company in Wall Street that factors in price action. So what does that mean? That means for a stock to be a buy rating, it is in fact going higher in price. Okay? I'm not a CNBC guy, or, I'm not saying, hey, based upon, forecasted sales earnings per share, the stock's going to be at 150. We don't do that VectorVest. Okay? We don't do that VectorVest. Okay? We use proprietary mathematical equations and forecasting information. Okay? And the buy, hold, sell recommendation factors in price action. Nobody else does that on Wall Street. Okay? So there you go. Now, ideally, the stock is going higher from left to right. We have the stop line on the graph. We have, by right-clicked on the parameter known as stop, we've made this into an area graph. I'm not going to show you that today, just due to the nature of things are all jacked up on my computer here. But clearly what we have is a beautiful opportunity to see if the stock kisses that line or potentially goes briefly below it and pulls away, and the stock goes from a sell, hold to a buy. That's a great entry point. Does everybody in the room see that? Okay. Now, again, there's going to be nothing on here in terms of earnings per share. Okay. Does everybody see that? Let me know. Okay. Does everybody see that? The next thing is RT. RT is going to go up and down. Ideally, I like it when it crosses above 1. Okay. Next time we do the power hour, I'm going to show you in Unisearch, okay, where to find stocks that go from an RT from below 1 to above 1. I'm also going to show you a search in Unisearch These are trend change searches and trends in Unisearch for those that want to go look. We're going to look at trends, new stuff, new buy-rated stocks. I get that question every week. That's where I find those stocks. Okay? It's in Unisearch. All right. So this is XOXL. Now, here you go. Boy, that's rough, right? Look at this, $10. $10 to 60, but this thing is volatile. Right? Look at this. 47 down to 31. Okay, folks, you got to know when you're going to sell. Okay, this is triple leveraged. When this thing drops, it drops like a rock. Okay, you got to know when to sell. Okay, I love the price action. I love the sell, hold to buy. RT crosses below 1, goes above 1. Nothing more needs to be said. A lot of money has been made, frankly, by me on this stock. I've made a lot of money on this stock. Okay, all right. That is RIOT. That's SOXL, excuse me. Direction Semiconductor bull 3 times, and then we'll talk about RIOT. I was reading, why did you buy RIOT? Oh, man, it's a long story. Yeah, it's a long story. All right, but we'll analyze that stock momentarily. Thanks for asking, Jeff. Again, the buy, hold, sell recommendation, excellent. We've really been an elongated buy. The stock pulls away and ultimately becomes a sell, hold to a buy dramatically. Look at this rate of return, 100 to 148 off that sell, hold to buy. RT goes from below 1 to above 1. This stock spends a lot of time with RT above 1. That's a nice premise to work with, right? That means by definition the stock is upward trending. But folks, this is a great earnings per share story. Okay? Earnings per share is the engine that drives stock prices higher. Okay. Predominantly a buy recommendation here. The sell, hold to buy was very powerful here. This, by the way, is a clean energy play. Okay. Clean energy play. Now, folks, over here, again, there's a slider bar on the far right. I'm going to go down to the next one. That was BE, Bloom Energy. BE, Bloom Energy. It is, in fact, upward trending, has an upward trending value line. When the stock went below value and then rose above value, and the signal went from sell, hold to a buy with RT rising above 1. That's a 3-part setup. Okay, let's review. Sell, hold, buy. Stock pulling above and away from the value line. And RT going from below 1 to above 1. Okay? Yeah, new buy rated stocks are great. Thanks, Jeff. I love that search. That's probably my favorite search in all of VectorVest. Okay? There's ways to play with that. Okay? You could sort that watch list by RS or RV as well and find the best of breed, if you will. All right. So that's BE, Bloom Energy. Let's go to IMPU, Impala Platinum. Wow, this is beautiful, folks. You know, this thing over here goes from $5 to $18. Folks, what's my goal? What's my goal? I know everybody in this room knows my goal. What's my goal? Double my money. The question is how long? That's right, Charles. All right, double my money. Okay? If you're in the Jockey Club or the Swing Trading Group coaching, these guys are great coaches, but guess what? Their rooms are up roughly 36% last year. That helps you double your money a little bit quicker than I hope to. Okay? Five years is not an unreasonable goal, but the moral of the story is let's do better than that. All right. So IMPU, Platinum, mining company. Here's the low point right here. Sell, hold to buy. You're in here some point. Around 6, 7, doesn't really matter. Okay. RT rising above 1. Excellent earnings per share, but earnings are a little low. All right. Now we're going to do something a little bit different here. Okay. I'm going to go through these indicators in this stock specifically. Okay. Remember, you're only buying platinum. Okay. This is not a diversified ETF. Okay. Thank you, Michael. W money is the right answer. All right. So let's kind of dig in because this is not an ETF. All right. Value. VectorVest values this stock at $24.75. Therefore, this stock, relative to its price, is undervalued. Okay? What did Dr. DeLito believe in? Buying undervalued stocks that are rising in price in an upward trending market. All right. The stop line is $14.38. The price is currently above the stop line, so therefore this stock is not a sell, but it is in fact a buy-rated stock. All right. RT 1.8. That is a monster number. Now, look at it crosses above. Look at this. Here we go. Bam. Test. Comes back down, but it's a higher low. And then look, pushes right here. Pushes right here. That's nice. Look at that. All right. So it kisses the value line, or excuse me, the stop line. We added the value line in the community room on the last presentation. I know Ryan likes the value line, so we could add that in as a parameter if we wanted to, okay, and add it to a parameter here, but we're not going to for right now. So there's your stop line, and there's the stock pulling away from that. Now, here's the thing. If it gets a little bit too ahead of itself, if you will, okay, that's a cautionary tale, okay, but it bounces back, and then it pulls up again, all right? Sell, hold to buy happened just a couple, really 3 times here over the course of a year. Folks, run a 1-year graph. Look at the bottom right-hand corner. It represents a 1-year time period, okay? So let's review. The buy, hold, sell bar, very favorable. It's currently a buy rating. The stock is aggressively pulling away from the value line. Again, what the stock is currently worth. This is slightly undervalued. The stop line, wow, look at that, 1146. RT at 1.23 is a great number. Earnings is rising from left to right, which is great. It's still under 1 at 0.96. RS is a nice number at 1.27. CI, 1.62. And I threw some sales in here. I do like to left click on sales. Let's see how they're selling the product. Folks, they're selling some product here. Okay, they're selling some products. Awesome. All right, uncheck the box, removes the line item from the graph. Okay, and this one actually has a dividend yield of 0.39. Okay, I'm not here to study dividend yield, so I'm going to right click on this and remove the item from the parameter field, folks. So right-clicking is an important functionality at VectorVest. Yeah, I know. Red and I had a nice conversation kind of in Ryan's office talking about, his importance of value and using VectorVest with value. Okay, remember, folks, there's a lot to the VectorVest program to understand. I recognize that. I'm trying to give you a simple and easy way of using the program. Okay, Ryan is a great swing trader. Okay, Thad is a Jim Penna, my old friend Jim Penna style investor. Okay, high RV above 1, RS above 1. That makes me a prudent investor. Okay, speculative RV below 1, RS below 1. Okay, either way, know when you're going to sell. All right, so that is Impala Platinum. We're going to go to the next one here really quickly. Kinross Gold. It's just hard not to love a stock that hasn't been rated to sell in a year, folks. I mean, how do you not love this? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. 10 to 33. You tripled your money in a year. Notice RT is above 1 the whole entire year. If it goes below 1 and pops above it, that's when you're entering. And an excellent earnings per share. Here at VectorVest, we do value this at $51.20. Folks, this stock is undervalued. The stop line is $28.17. Price is above the stop line. Excellent. RT, 1.77. That is dynamic. That's monstrous. That's beautiful. Earnings per share, an excellent number at 2.45. RS, 1.44. GRT, a monster number at 35, folks. That's a huge number, and CI is 1.88. Oh, man, that may be the highest CI stock we're going to look at today. Okay? All right. So I would absolutely feel comfortable adding this to my watch list, folks. Now, remember, it's a Friday. Okay? Hard to trade right now. Now, let's talk about Monday. Monday, the markets are closed. Okay? It's Martin Luther King Day. So we're preparing a watch list to execute on Tuesday. Boy, who knows what's going to happen in the news between now and Tuesday. So our office is open on Tuesday, but the market will be closed. So keep that in mind. All right, folks. Happy Martin Luther King Day. I have the day off. All right. So this is just a monster story. I love the semiconductors. Unfortunately for me, they're very volatile, but very rewarding. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors, really just a solid buy recommendation. I'm sure if Ryan's still in the room, he absolutely loves this one. Okay. RT, constantly above 1. By definition, that means it's upward trending. If it kisses 1, pulls above 1, we're winning, folks. That's how you do it here. Okay. Stock goes from a hold to a buy. I'm adding. Yeah, I'm adding here. Called dollar cost average, an upward trending stock. And Ryan, thank you for pointing out they had a great earnings call. Okay. Ryan does a great job of reporting breaking news stories and other specialty items going on Wall Street. Okay. Great job, Ryan. Ryan, keep up the good work. All right. So this is Taiwan Semiconductor, stock symbol TSM. We value this at 343, so it's actually fairly valued. The stop price is 297.30. RT 1.41. Strong upward trend. Again, that's our technical indicator. Earnings per share, monster number 12.5. RS 1.47. Awesome. Okay. GRT is 24. CI is 1.5. That's an excellent number. Wow. And by the way, smooth, consistent, upward trending. Okay, let's go to the next one here real quick. I'm going to start moving these right along. And we're going to start really pushing really hard now. Okay, see if we can't do another tranche of stocks. Okay, AAMI, Acadian Asset Management. Okay, this little, for me, this isn't the best candidate we've seen so far today. I do like the buy, hold, sell recommendation. There's a lot of chop in there, with that sell period. Remember, folks, if a stock is ready to sell, it's violated a 13-week average of closing prices, factoring in company fundamentals. Okay, so the stock is bouncing off that sell, hold, to buy situation pretty nicely, and RT is powering above 1. What makes me feel good about this is, hey, those are great earnings, man. Can't beat those earnings. Those are great earnings. Excellent earnings. Okay, the value of this stock is $72.65. It is undervalued. It's just not giving me the umph I want to see. It's a little bit too sideways moving over the last 6 months. Okay, RT is above 1 at 1.35. Earnings per share, 4.28. And CI is 1.62. Okay, those are all great numbers. GRT, 20. Okay, GRT at 20 is not a bad number. All right, let's go to the next one here really quick. CELH, Celsius Holding, food. It's in the food area. Beverage, software, drinks. I do like the buy, hold, sell recommendation, but man, that's coming off an elongated sell. That could be very interesting. It did pop above the value line. The stock is valued at $42.69. This stock is overvalued, and valued, frankly, is going sideways here. Okay, value is going sideways. Ryan, how you feel about value going sideways on a chart? Want to throw your expertise in on that? I don't feel good about it, folks. I'm sure Ryan won't either. All right. I do like the sell, hold, to buy. I do like the fact that RT was unbelievably low and RT rose above 1. I love that. Okay. And the earnings per share is very strong here. The value is $42.69. The stock is slightly overvalued. The stop price is $47.43. RT 1.27, upward trending. RS 1.42. That's a great number. GRT is 25. Hey, that's a good number. CI 1.44. Okay. Now remember, folks, when you cover almost 10,000 stocks, we're looking for the best ones. Okay, and the question is this the best one? That's the question. Okay, is this the best one? That's the question. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one here. Irene. Excellent, guys. Irene, man, that's a tough sell period there. I'm not going to fixate on left or right, although that was a beautiful sell, hold, to buy setup. RT went from an unbelievably elongated period, crossed above 1. The stock went from a hold to a buy, became upward trending. And frankly, when it became upward trending, really, frankly, was fairly provocative here at 775, 751. This stock runs up to 76.41. Folks, that's how you do it. This is a crypto stock. All right. So, yeah, cup and handle forming. Thank you, Scott. Hey, listen, I have to have this from my swing trading people in the room, my day trading swing people in the room. Okay, this is an interesting one for me. Okay. I don't know if I would feel good about calling this a long-term core holding for me, so I'm going to differentiate that. The value in this is $22.80, and this is the main reason why it's significantly overvalued. Okay, the stop line is $49.62. Okay, we recently were flirting with the sell. I love this sell, hold, to buy setup, however. RT 1.27, earnings per share 1.02, RS below 1.92, GRT 40. Wow, oof, that is beautiful. And CI is a great number here at 1.52. I got to be honest, if you're looking for a swing trade, this is the candidate you'd have to add to that particular watch list. And by the way, it's okay to have different watch lists for different ideas. You can have a swing trading watch list, and you can have a long-term watch list. Okay? Create watch lists for different, situational investing, if you will. All right? Now, And that was Irene. All right, folks. That's Irene, RIREN. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Now, right, hey, I own this. Okay. Extremely volatile. Right here, 629. It runs up here to 21. Just when you're feeling good about yourself, there's a problem with RIOT. You get literally your feet pulled out from under you, drops back down to 12. So let's review. 21, no stop. 12, brutal. Folks, get those stops ready. If you're investing in volatility or this type of investment, you got to know when to sell. It comes back down here. It doesn't really break the previous high, and then it just collapses. When it reverts back to the mean, not great. And look at the value line. Really, it's going sideways. I mean, I'm glad it's popping right now, and I'm glad RT's crossing above 1. Okay? This is extremely volatile. Earnings per share, 0.40. Okay? This could be an interesting one to add to your watch list. This is benefiting really from, I'm going to call this a Trump play. Okay, Trump is big into this space. All right. So I don't love earnings per share. Value in this is 786. This is part of my speculative investment where I just want to take a taste of the cryptocurrency market. Okay, and this is what I did. Okay, just a taste. Stop line 1601. RT 1.25, upward trending. Rule violation number 1 for THAD. Negative earnings per share at 0.75. GRT -6. Rule number 2 violation. And CI is 1.08. Frankly, rule number 3 violation for me. I don't like CI at that low number. Okay. So this was a risky speculative investment. Again, know when you're going to sell. Okay. And by the way, you might get a tremendous rate of return. If you have the intestinal fortitude, to quote Dr. Paul, the late great Dr. Paul, 7 to 14, you double your money, drops back down to 12, hops up to 24, 21. Hey, you almost double your money again, but then you don't do a good job selling here, you're in trouble. Okay. So this is really for the sophisticated swing trading group. I just think it's terribly risky and you need to know that. Okay. AMD, we got the sell, hold, buy scenario where we like it to be. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Hits the value line and pops, hits the value line and pops, hit the value line and pop. Ideally, I would love to see it break this number right here. Okay. We're a long ways away from that. RT is pivoting off a low point. Okay. That's great. This is AMD Advanced Micro, folks. And earnings per share is, wow, that's a beautiful stair step move. Okay. So value is 175.82. This stock is overvalued. Okay, the stop line is 213.20. RT is 1.17. Earnings per share is 6.52. RS 1.5. GRT is 25. 25. CI, that's a big number. 1.5. Okay, sales. Let's just see how sales are doing in AMD. Rocking it. Sales is killing it. Folks, get used to looking at sales. It really helps to validate the earnings per share for me. Okay. I like to use the word in conjunction with earnings per share. In conjunction with earnings per share, sales is outstanding. All right. All right. Let's go to the next one. This is STRL, Sterling Infrastructure. This seems to be a nice setup as well. RT crossing above 1. I don't necessarily like the stop line here, but the stock price is pulling up, and it does appear like the stop line is, in fact, pulling away. This is a new buy-rated stock, folks. Hey, I'm a big fan here. Add this to your watch list and let the stock trade come to you. Value is $381. Folks, this is significantly undervalued. The stop line is 320.05. RT, again, the short-term price trend of the stock is above 1. Therefore, it's upward trending at 1.13. Earnings per share is almost $12. RS, 1.44. That is a monster, beautiful number. And GRT is 27. CI, rounding it out with CI, 1.8. All right, folks. All right, CLS. CLS, again, these are all nice setups getting ready to do what? Swing trade. Okay? Swing trade. If you're a long-term investor, would you take a peek at this? I like to see it in a little bit more upward trending scenario. It's not currently rated a buy. Okay? It is a hold. The last buy was very brief in duration. Frankly, this is a sideways moving stock. Okay? The stop line continues to move higher from left to right. The RT is constantly above 1. But take a note right here. That's the high point of RT. What's RT, folks, doing? It's really doing what? It's losing momentum. Okay. RT is your best friend. Okay. If you the worst case scenario is you see RT starting to emulate the reality you're seeing on this divergence here, then okay, let's revisit the trailing stop. Maybe you tighten the trailing stop. Maybe you sell half your position, but know what that's going to be, and then make a decision. Okay. It doesn't hurt to take a profit, folks. This is a business of taking profits. Okay. All right. Yeah, RIOT is up 13% today. So that is someone made a lot of money day trading RIOT today. Okay. So yeah. All right. So here's Tesla. Again, I've been in a Tesla. I love a Tesla. I've never owned a Tesla. I'm a Ford pickup truck guy, to be honest with you. All right. Fastest, most powerful car I've ever been in was a Tesla. And I've been in a race car. I have been in a NASCAR race car. How did that go for me, folks? Not well. Not well. As soon as I got off the track, I had to visit the men's room. That's how well it went for me. Okay. Man, it is hard to understand G-forces in a race car until you've been in one. That's how I felt in the Tesla. Yeah, that's how I felt in the Tesla. So Tesla, TSLA, going higher from left to right. Notice the stock hasn't been a buy rating in a year. Folks, wow. The value, $38.49. The stop price is $405.89. RT 0.93. Earnings per share, 2.16. RS, 1.38. GRT, -6. CI, 0.95. Folks, where I live, it seems like there's a Tesla every other car. Okay. Folks, it's almost 4 o'clock. This is called the power hour. Everybody knows the rule. It's 1 hour. Everybody knows the rule. 1 hour, power hour. Okay. We might go over a little bit, but not by much. All right. I'm glad that we're looking at this stock. Thank you for sharing this stock. This to me is a downward trending stock, folks. Okay. The buy, hold, sell recommendation, is predominantly a sell rating. That's a tough story. Okay. This is a tough stock. There's better stocks to make money on than this. Okay. The value is 77 cents. So it's equally valued. The stop price in this is 0.22. It isn't an elongated sell. Okay. RS is below 1.64. GRT is 17. CI is 0.07. I believe that's a true number here, folks. Okay. This is a stock that, if I was coaching you on the phone, and I am a coach on the phone at VectorVest, I am Thad Reed. Okay. I'm a senior product support specialist. I talk to people about stocks all day on the phone, and we're not going to be discussing this stock in a phone call with me. Okay. I've never been in a Lucid vehicle, but thank you for, bringing that car out. Never been. I see them. I think they're beautiful. I think these cars are super cool looking too, by the way. Inside, outside, they're super cool looking. All right. Boy, GM. Oof, no one mentioned GM stock here to analyze today, but wow, they have hurt themselves bad by going outside of their comfort zone. They're going to have billions of dollars in cost write-downs. Their investment in that particular space did not work out well. Okay. So the stock is down for the last 2 trading sessions. I just, this is a low price stock under $1. For most people at VectorVest, it's not appropriate investment, just to be honest with you. Okay. It's just too speculative. I think if I was going to look for stocks, frankly, that had better attributes, that were in the low price category, I would go into Unisearch, and go to search as speculative, and at least identify some of these more speculative stocks that are upward trending. Unisearch will be your best friend there. Go to search as speculative in Unisearch. Graph the top 25. Sort by RV in the list, if you will, and make sure the best upward trending stocks appear at the top of the page. Okay, folks. This is not a stock that I would feel comfortable, coaching clients on. I just think you're going to be challenged here. And the bottom line is Dr. DeLito, every rule that makes VectorVest what it is not applicable here. Okay, folks, it is 3 o'clock. Unfortunately, I have to cut this short today. I would go over a little bit longer because of all the technical difficulties we had in the beginning. It's the new year, and therefore I have a lot of doctor's appointments. Okay. I hope everybody has a safe, wonderful, prosperous new year. I look forward to your participation in YouTube in the next couple of weeks. Please share the room with your friends and family. Let's try to grow the room, folks. Okay? Let's try to grow the rooms, both the community room, the YouTube room. I'm trying to reach a much better audience. And heck, if you've got ideas on how I can improve, getting more people in to watch this group that aren't VectorVest subscribers, call me, shoot me an email. People in the room know how to get a hold of me. All right. I'm the only fat at VectorVest, man. I really, So with that, I really appreciate it. In the community room, I'll be here next Friday at 2:00 in the community room. Okay. Thank you all for participating today, and appreciate the patience. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy Martin Luther King Day. And again, the market is closed on Monday. Get your watch list ready for Tuesday. One thing I want to say in closing is please read Angie's Views. That is an excellent encapsulation of every information that you should know, including the all-important earnings trend indicator. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.